Okay, here's a video how to set up your Pi squared photo booth. It'll look like this. You're just gonna flip over the back. Now, you're also gonna get a box, and inside this box, you're gonna have a baggie full of goodies, and this is the power supply, okay? So let's go through this little baggie of goodies and see what you got. Inside this bag, you have a remote controller. This is to control the nice colorful LEDs around the edges. You're going to get a 90-degree angled charging cable. Looks like this. You're going to get a hex tool. Looks like this. This is what's going to open up the back. You're going to get 2 extra screws. Looks like this. In case you lose one, or in case you lose one twice. I'll send you 2 of those. And then you'll also get this little key dongle. Looks like this. Goes on your keychain. Has this. Some people like to use the home button on the front. There's a tiny little hole. You just plop this in and you can stick it. You don't have to use this. You can use a pen or anything small enough that'll fit in that hole. But I thought that this would be a nice little addition to the booth. So you'll get all of these items along with your photo booth. All right, so now let's open it up. So let's get rid of these. Put these to the side. And we're going to grab the hex tool, and you're going to take out 6 screws. Okay, now we're going to open it up. So when we open it up, I just kind of fold it over to the side like this. Okay? So if you ever needed to separate this completely, you could just unplug it. Everything unplugs. This module to this. Now this piece is separate. You can take it away. You shouldn't need to because there's plenty of room to work with it where it's at. So let's just get these plugged in. Plug this one back in. Okay, now take your iPad. Here, you're going to take your 90-degree angled charger, plug that in here, and you're going to want to plug this in first, okay? And then we're just going to flip over the iPad, place it in. Just like that. The USB plugs into the USB right here. Just like that. And that's it. We're just going to close it back up. So let's bring this back over here. Let's close it. Now when you close it, you just want to make sure these wires are out of the way. So we'll just kind of eye it. Make sure, see how this one's sticking out the bottom? We just want to make sure that's all tucked up in there. Make sure this is tucked up. And that's it. Now there's these foam padding inserts. This is what presses down on the iPad to keep it in place. Okay? So let's just move these cables out of the way. Let's set it like this. And now we'll just go back and we'll put in all 6 of these screws. So usually I'll put them all in first, just kind of, by hand. That way we can line everything up nicely. You don't want to tighten them down and then have to loosen them back up again if it's not straight. So we'll put these in by hand first. Now this part, you'll feel it kind of sponging. That's okay. Put this one back in. I'm at kind of a weird angle, so I'm going to try to find all the holes. All right, now take your tool, and we're just going to make them snug. You don't want to crank them down really tight. Just make it nice and snug. It'll be secure. We don't want to strip out the inside threads. So there's that one. It'll help if you press down also, especially the center ones, because that's where the foam pieces are, so press that down. This one you could probably do a little bit tighter. That way we're sure that it's nice and snug. This one. Yep. Just like that. Now the power plug is down here. You also have, this is a dimmer for the white LEDs. Let's turn this over. The iPad will turn on as soon as you plug in power. Okay, so next thing is the photo booth automatically comes with a mount like this. This is for the tripod with LED legs. This is the pole mount. Or if you ordered the wall bracket, this is the wall mount. Comes with all of the necessary tools you need to put it into the wall. And then it will have this mount or this bracket that slides in and it locks. To unlock it, you just press this down, slide it off. So slide it on, it'll click. To remove it, push this down, pull it off. Now this bracket, depending on what you're doing with the photo booth, is what you'll use. So if you're using it for the tripod, you're gonna wanna put it onto this. If you're gonna do wall mount, you're gonna wanna put it onto this. And it'll come with the nuts and bolts to do that. So we're gonna set this one up for the pole mount. So I'll show you how to do that. Let's move this out of the way. Over here, I have nuts and bolts. So here we go. Basically, you're just gonna turn it upside down. You're gonna put this on. You're gonna drop in a screw or a bolt. Drop in one on each hole in the four corners. And then you're just gonna put the nuts on each one. Just get them hand tight for now. Flip this bad boy over here. Put these on. Again, you're just gonna put them on hand tight for now. Put this one hand tight. Just like that. And then you're just gonna need a Phillips head screwdriver and a pair of pliers so that we can tighten these down. So basically just hold the nut, make these nice and tight. Hold down the next nut, nice and tight. This one. Nice and tight. This one. Nice and tight. Now the pole mount will also come with two tools. It will come with a hex wrench and it'll come with a just a regular wrench here. And what these are for is they control the tilt, or I'm sorry, the rotation and the tilt. So if you notice, if you see it too loose, you can actually take this off by using the hex. This is what actually tightens it against the pole. So we'll just loosen this up. Loosen this one up. And if you loosen them up evenly, it'll open. Open it wider, just enough to where it fits over the pole. Put it over the pole, and then you're gonna tighten these up. You don't wanna make them too tight because it'll start to crush the pole. So just make them snug. There's this rubber bushing here, or rubber piece here, that keeps it from sliding. So just make it snug, don't over tighten it, okay? Now, if you notice that the iPad is on here, or the photo booth is on here, and it's too easy to tilt up and down, you can take off this side piece, oops, take off the other side piece, like that. Just tighten down this bolt using this wrench. Make it tighter, it'll make it harder to tilt up and down. Or if you make the inside piece, you'll see there's a bolt in here. If you make that tighter, it'll keep it from rotating. Like, this is very easy. So I would actually make that tighter, okay? That's pretty much it. That's how you set this up.